Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? How's stuff? How's things? How's life? I hope things are good. I hope that wherever you are, things are really good. Yesterday, I shared a story with you. Not yesterday. It was earlier today. Let's be honest. Right now is right now for me. We're done with the whole weird schedule thing. Right now is right now, and well, your right now is a different time than my right. Whatever. Let's get over that. So, talk to you about going to a concert and having feelings about the lack of other people included in my memories, my fond memories of time with this band that I went to go see. But before that happened, before before they took the stage, I got to listen to Social Distortion, and I talked a little bit in that episode about my association with punk rock. Not, I'm a little too young, I guess. I wasn't really part of the punk generation, because that was basically when I was born. That late '70s period is when what I consider punk became fully established. But the idea of punk hit me, and while I listened to this man on stage, 40 years later, tell a story about sitting in remedial history class because he was in a flunky school, because he was basically a dropout at that point. And he wrote a song called 1945 because he was learning about World War II at that time, and he realized that this whole school business and this whole like being a part of this normal culture is not what he wanted to do. He just wanted to make music and go on tour and play for people. And here he was 40 years later, still living that, still saying, they came out saying, we did this tour because we didn't want to do this stupid festival circuit. We wanted to just put names on a bill, sell tickets, and let's play music. And that is the whole point. They're the whole essence of punk, right? And I identify with it so much, and I think that I'm not calling myself anything in this statement, but this show is my version of punk, right? Punk started in the '70s with like the Ramones and the Clash, and Social Distortion came at the end of the '70s, kind of that second generation of punk, where it became this like counterculture, this indie label, this screw the establishment. I'm not going to sign with these big names. I'm just going to produce my own stuff, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to play music, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to drive myself from city to city or whatever. I don't need the man to get involved in all of this. And then the clothing that came with that, the kind of torn up jeans, the kind of safety pins and patches, and that all became a part of that scene because there was a whole group of people who wanted to do something, and the norm said that's not how it works, and they said, okay, well, we're just going to do it our way, and I don't give a damn what you say. And we are now like 13 years in from YouTube starting or something like that, and there is this YouTube started as like a punk generation, right? It was a punk movement. It was saying, I want to make movies and I want to make TV shows, but I don't have a studio. I don't have a partnership with a production company. I'm just going to do it my way, damn it. And here we are. And it really kind of filled me up a little bit because 800 and some episodes of this show, and I still have I'm still doing it despite it being a financial failure. Because, it's cost me way more than I've earned from it. And despite it being a time sink, and despite it being something that nobody wants to watch, I don't give a damn because I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing it in my way. I'm doing it the punk way. Like, this is my thing. I sit in front of this camera every day and I give you the captain's log and I move on through my life and I report to you what's happened in the world from my perspective, and I report to you the feelings that I have about things, the feelings that I have about myself or about situations or life. And that's my punk. That's my way of being like, I don't give a damn. I'm not going to chase the mainstream. I'm not going to do what people tell me I'm supposed to do, because that's just not how it works. And, you know, that whole punk movement inspired a whole lot of change socially, maybe even economically. You know, maybe the punk movement was the beginning of the gig economy, which we're starting to hear a buzzword now about just working for the moment, and that's not anything new. That's something that is very, very old. You know, people chasing the next paycheck, wherever it comes from, is something that has been going on since the dawn of paychecks, and but it's come to the forefront lately. With things like YouTube, with things like programming, with websites, digital nomads being a thing. And it really just kind of all came together in that moment last night, listening to Social Distortion play songs. Some of them I knew, a couple of them I'm not, I don't claim to be a Social Distortion fan. I don't know all of their music, but I was able to sing along for a few songs, and it really felt inspiring. It really felt I needed it. I needed the charge, because I've told you before, there's been times I've thought about just not doing this anymore, and very few people would notice. But I think the person that would notice, that would be the most hurt by it, is me. I would notice. It would be a deficit in my life, and I don't want to go backwards anymore. I'm done with going backwards. Ever onward. So, let me know. Do you have any punk roots? What do you do? What's your punk thing? What's the thing that you do that people tell you shouldn't, but you're doing it anyway because it's what you want to do? Let me know in the comments. Actually, don't let me know in the comments. Call me. I need to start getting you to use the Google Voice number again, and it's 304-602-7433. It's at the end of every card. Call me and leave me a voicemail. If we don't use it, I'm going to lose the service, because I don't use it for texting or calling. It's just used for you to call in and leave me messages. So somebody, anybody, everybody, call me today. Tell me what your punk movement is in your life. What is the thing that you do that people tell you shouldn't do? And just leave me a voicemail, and maybe we'll put together a little talk about it show. Thank you. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, being wonderful people, and for leaving voicemails. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Taser in fact comes from emedicinehealth.com. What are bones made up of? Bone is made mostly of collagen, a protein that is woven into a flexible framework. Bone also contains calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate, minerals that add strength and harden the framework. The combination of calcium and collagen gives the bone its strength and flexibility.